Kirk Duckwell here with Mastermind, the market, your real estate stats update for the Twin Cities area. Well, if a tree falls in the woods, well, we've all heard that saying before. My point being, though, is if a listing comes on the market or a listing drops its sale price and there's nobody there to see it, did it really happen? What do I mean by this? Well, we got a holiday weekend coming up. So that means that these new listings that are coming onto the market or maybe dropped in price, there's not going to be nearly the amount of eyeballs that are going to see it versus maybe a week earlier or a week later. So this could provide some opportunity for buyers out there, as well as sellers maybe not expect the same activity levels that you might in, again, an earlier or a week or so later. I was talking with an agent all about this and actually just a little bit earlier today, discussing timing listings, timing price reductions, and if you can, try to put it on the week before or a week after, or at least set the appropriate expectations that you may not see those same activity levels as, again, that week earlier, a week later. All right, where are listings going right now? Let's dive into the data and take a look. New listings into the marketplace did jump up a little bit from 1858 up to 1875. So yeah, the gap did spread a little bit as far as new listings, but with that rise and pending sales continuing to drop off a little bit in comparison to last year, down by 19% right now. It was at 1417 down to 1280. This is bringing inventory up overall, closing that gap, putting us above the 6,000 mark. We were at 1903 up to 6,152. I'm expecting that this inventory of homes will surpass last year's inventory, probably somewhere around mid-June. So this will make it a heck of a lot easier for buyers out there as we're seeing more and more homes coming to market. It is going to be a little bit slower week, I think, when the data comes out. We're going to be around that 1,500 range for the Memorial Week, but I would expect that to pick right back up afterwards. All right, interest rates. Got a fun new chart that I'm going to bring around here in a second. Interest rates, we can see, actually dropped off. So this is from the Freddie Mac primary mortgage market survey with points being paid. So this is buying down that rate to this amount, is at a 5.1 with those points down from a 5.25. Talking to our resident mortgage geek, Chad Preby, he was saying 30-year mortgages around 5 1/8 without points, maybe 5.25. Depending on where you're at. 15 years, mortgages are at 4.625, 7-1 ARMs 4.25, and 10-1 ARMs at 4.37. So where are rates gonna go? So I want you to take a quick look at this chart. I'm gonna move the mouse away there, kind of see that. I have put together a rate predictor, and we can see here's that rise in rates we've experienced, and the projections are that rates will be dropping off here into the early summer is what I had. And we can see that that's starting to happen. But I would not be surprised, based on inflation data, that that will start to move back up and rates may rise through the summertime. So we'll see how well this rate predictor really works out. But yeah, not big movements as we go through the remainder of this year, but something to keep an eye on. I do not expect at all any big drops either. Okay, showings per week per listing, median sale price range. We can see that that actually jumped back up a little bit week over week, 6.02 to 6.07. So I think this is going to have some impact as we see the weeks coming on the market meter. This is still tracking, though, behind last year, 7.72, down by 21%. And a big differential in showings, as we've talked about previously, 63.71 down to 47.07 in comparison to last year. So where does this put our market meter? Last week, we were at a 9.95, and it had kind of moved into the 9.84 range where we were at. And so where did we begin this week at? Is at a 9.39. So some quick movement in the market meter over the course of just 2 weeks there. So yeah, hanging out right in this range there. So still pretty strong seller's market range if you price correctly out of the gate. That's going to be key for sellers out there. But buyers are seeing more and more opportunities with homes staying on the market longer. Definitely more properties going for more where their realistic value is. So where is this going to move over the course of the next month or so? I do expect it to continue to drop back a bit, but maybe not at quite the pace it did over the last 2 weeks. We're going to kind of get into that summer market mode, which is just moving down slowly is usually what we see. So hopefully you found this information valuable. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Happy to help answer those. If you like these videos, check out our Twin Cities Real Estate Show as well at twincitiesrealestateshow.com, or you can catch it on the CW23 Saturday mornings at 6:30. And again, like and subscribe to these videos, share them out. All right, everybody, have a great holiday weekend.